This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
And welcome back, everybody. There are some believe that we are destined to do something. We were given talents, we were given a purpose in life, and that's why we're actually here. The challenge, I believe, is figuring all that out. What are we supposed to be doing? What aligns with us? We're going to talk about all of that today. Dare I say purpose? I wonder if that word actually fits. We're going to dig into that with her. She's a soul healer. She's got so much insight, coaches you along, dealing with past doubt, traumas, and all of that. Gotten so many nuggets of information. I have like tons of Post-it notes in front of me. It's because of her. And it's a beautiful thing. She is Heidi Meckley. She's back on the program. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good, Steve. And you?
Good. I want to go right there with the P word, purpose. Who we were meant to be, is that our purpose?
Yes, but the problem is everybody hides it because of what you learn over your lifespan, right? So there ends up being fears and things over top of it so that it's no longer top of your soul, top of mind, all the things. So we're not living our purpose like we should be, which makes people running after their purpose, thinking it's something different or they have to change. But the thing is, within the healing, it's not about changing. It's about remembering who you already are and who you were made to be.
Now, you said remembering.
Yes.
How do you remember it? Where did it start?
Your soul recalls everything. So it has to do with, here goes my throat chakra. It doesn't want me to talk about this. We're going to do it anyway. Because when you're born with a purpose and a plan that you have for your life. But throughout our growing up, all the things getting told, no, don't do this, don't do that, be safe here, do this, do that. And as we've discussed before, once you become 18 or older and you move out, you really need to decide what rules really align with you, right? When you get into that alignment, you can then start hearing the calls of your soul to get to your purpose, because you're going to have that pull of that passion, of that reason of something that is telling you go this way, go this way. You may not understand it, but it's okay. It's first going to have you do some really strange things to prove that you're going to listen before it gives you the really great stuff.
This is an odd question.
Okay, go ahead.
But it's in alignment with what you said.
Mm-hmm.
We were born with what we were supposed to be and do. And what happens? Life. And I'm viewing this as life gets in the way and then changes your view of it. And it's almost as if you're going on a certain path, it knocks you off course, and that one knocks you off course. And there's another trauma, knocked off course over there. If a 1-year-old had the mental capacity and the means and everything to be who they are destined to be, their purpose, all of that, if it was possible, okay?
Yes.
Would they be there and doing it?
Obviously not as 1-year-old, but they'll know what their passion in their
No.
Yes.
Just go with me on that.
In life, they would be.
If they, magically, a 1-year-old has the mental capacity, everything they need to be what they should be at one. If that was even possible, would they just be who they're supposed to be? Where I'm going with that is that 1-year-old is then a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5, and things get in the way. They interpret things, like we say, goes back to childhood traumas, big and small, all that all gets in the way, and we get deflected, refocused. But if that 1-year-old could be like, here I am, they would be.
Yes. Yes, because think about it for a second. How many child prodigies have you heard of that are golfers? Kids that say they want to be a police officer, a fireman, or something, and they never let go of that. All through school, all through their life, they work their butts off to make sure that they actually hit that. This is their soul's purpose, to be in that line of work.
Mm.
When they get a hold of it so young, it tells you this is their purpose. So you need to encourage and then lift them up to help them get there instead of shut them down, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise
Yeah.
they're going to live a life of, well, this is what I wanted to do, but I let life take me this way.
But mom put me in dance and I really don't want to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a challenge as a parent because, we don't know. We'll never be able to get in their head and know what they really want to do. We're talking now parents of younger kids.
Right.
Um, so I guess it's almost encourage everything because one of those things that they're doing, maybe those activities, that might even align with their purpose, I would imagine.
Exactly. And it could just be a stepping stone in what they're meant to do in
Yeah.
life,
Yep.
which is crazy. And it also comes to those of us that are hiding from what you know what it is, but you're using life as an excuse to not step into your path, especially those that are gifted in any way, which, as we've learned, everybody has intuition. Everybody has the opportunity to open the third eye. Everybody has the opportunity to open up what they have to offer this world, right? It's up to you and your soul's path to decide, is it right for me to open my third eye, be a medium, be this, be that? And maybe you're like, no, right? And that's okay. You got to just do the searching in your soul to find out what that passion and purpose is so that you don't end up getting to your 80s and 90s or hundreds or whatever and looking back and going, oh, if only I shoulda.
Mm.
Don't live a life if I shouldas. Live a life if I get to.
How do
And
we
look what I've done.
how do we do that? How do we search within and realize what our true calling? Use that. We haven't said that, but that's kind of what we're talking about here. Your calling in life, your purpose. How do you search within to identify what that is?
Again, it starts with looking at all of the rules, fears, and just cage that's been created around you and say, okay, the trauma, the fear, if I'm people pleasing,
Mm.
are you putting a mask on every day? And you can't tell me you don't know you're doing it because everybody who's putting on a mask knows they're doing it. And as soon as I'm saying that, there's people out there going, oh, I think that's me. And if you even come close to saying, I think it's me, it's you, right? You know you're putting on a mask. You know you're not being your true authentic self with everyone around you and are the same person no matter what group of people you're with. If you're being the chameleon that changes up every single time you're with somebody new, you're not being you.
All right, we're going to turn the car for just a moment.
Okay.
And
Let's turn it.
we're gonna put the we're gonna put your purpose and your calling in life, what you were meant to be, over here for just a
Okay.
moment. We're gonna pull that off the shelf. We're gonna put it back on there just for a minute. The mask. I agree with you. We are not the same with every one and situation. However, is that a really, really bad thing? Where am I going with that? Yes, you should be authentic. Yes, you should be you as much as you can be you.
Yes.
But the mask sometimes is needed to protect you in some situations. So is it okay? I saw your eyes. You're going to disagree. Is it okay to have a level of mask because it could be it keeps you vulnerable at all times. And sometimes maybe you shouldn't be completely vulnerable. I'm not talking about you're a different person, just a layer of protection.
You don't have to have a mask on to protect you to start with. Okay.
Okay.
You are your own protector. You do not have to have false things. And if there's somebody that you're speaking to that you're like, well, I don't want them to know any of this, you just don't talk about it. And if they bring it up, say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to talk about that. That is being you. By putting on a mask and thinking that it has to be there to protect you, you're hiding yourself from a trauma that you refuse to get through.
Mm.
And because trust me, I used to do it all the time. I used to be the ultimate chameleon. I could be the life of the party no matter what group I was with. And I used to think it was cool. I'm like, this is really cool. I can be with anybody because I can mold into whatever they are looking for their group. Well, all that did was suck the life out of me, make me feel more insecure. And because I'm like, well, where do I actually fit? If you can mold into all these things and you're morphing, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you really? You're hiding you from you and everybody else. You can protect yourself with boundaries without having a mask. Having a mask means you're hiding something deep, means you are not living your life on purpose or with intention as we are designed to do. And you will never fully be on your path and hit what you're supposed to hit in life by using a mask to protect you.
No, I see it.
You
I
can
see what you're
protect you.
saying. It's almost like you should be always be masked down, and some things are on a need to know basis.
Correct.
Some people don't need to know certain things, so you don't need to share them. You're still
Mhm.
being you. Now, granted, if somebody asked you, yeah, that's a judgment call how much you want to share with them, but it's still you to the core, Jim.
Exactly. And you don't then turn into lying because that's what I'm hearing next is when people ask you direct questions about something you don't want to talk about, you don't turn to a lie
Oh,
to
sure, no,
correct it because that there is still putting on a mask,
totally.
right? Because you're trying to protect yourself. You just say straight up, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable talking about that right now. Maybe at a future date, but not now.
Hmm.
And if they can't respect that, then they're not supposed to be in your world.
Do
It's
you
that simple.
feel if somebody is not fully masked down, that they're not even going to realize how uncomfortable they are? That something's going to be off. Something's always going to feel, I'm not me. I'm living, even though you may not be lying, I'm living
Right.
a lie.
Correct. Because again, you're going to use, lose your sense of self, who you are. It's like, who am I really? I can fit over here. I can fit over here. And it all ends up coming together as a big blob. And I know this from full experience that this is what happened to me, where it's just, you just feel like you're lost, always lost. Where do I actually fit? Yeah, I can fit over here, but I don't like this, and this about this group. Okay, yeah, I can fit over here, but I don't really care about that or that or that. Well, and over here, I really don't like this group, but I fit over there because I don't want to lose anybody.
Well,
Right?
that's a good one right there. I don't want to
Yeah.
lose anybody. You want to
Yeah.
keep, you always want to be connected because it makes you feel good, makes you feel like you're a part of others, but are you really?
No, you're not because you're with the wrong people. And by being with the wrong people, you cannot be on your path or have the opportunities that are meant for you, whether it's in business or just in life, to have amazing things happen. Whether it's just experiences or opportunities that wouldn't come to you any other way. Same with
Mm.
going on this lifelong journey that I'm on right now. I know I'm going to meet people and end up with opportunities that the only way it would have happened is by being on the road. It's the only way it's going to happen. Yes, I'm online. Yes, I people can see me from all over the world and I have connections from all over the world. But the ones that are going to make the difference are the ones that I can see face to face and do collabs with and have full conversations with because they're going to feel it differently. Now, yes, people can feel me a little bit over this way, but in person, it's game changing.
It's a
That's
true
why,
connection.
yeah, the true connection, which is what
Mm.
we're meant to have. I mean, look how long it took for computers and things to arrive. Well, now then people get stuck behind them. But then what happened after COVID? Everyone's like, oh my God, I need people. I need people. Now there's still some that are keeping themselves quiet and down low and don't want to be around the people, or maybe can't be in the bigger crowds. But that people connection is important. And most of those people that have done that have shrunk their circle to the most important people instead of going out and people pleasing.
Yep.
which they've done what they've needed to do all along. But sometimes some of those people that are the core people are the wrong people to start with. So, and a lot of people know who they are, that this is happening to, where there's somebody in your circle that is not okay. But you're afraid to lose them. You're afraid to let them go because you've known them for so long. It hurts, but it's only a moment in time. By holding that person, that or that group within your circle, you are missing out on the things that are meant for you because you're taking up space by holding them there. When you let them go, you have a space for something new. That new is not coming in until you let go.
That's hard to accept.
It's extremely hard to accept. Been there, done that. It's not fun, but it's a fact of life. And it depends on how bad you want what you want in life. If you want
Mm.
it bad enough, and if that dream's bad enough, you're going to make it happen. If it's not, your goal, if it's easy to turn away from what you want to go after in life, your goals aren't big enough. Your dreams aren't big enough.
That's tough to process because the dream's over here. You want it bad, but over here is fear. And why are you not letting, let's go with a person. Why are you not letting them go? Because you have fear. Maybe abandonment. Maybe they always want them just there, so they'll listen to you. It feels like they have your back. But with that comes a lot of work. Maybe, hypothetically speaking, this sounds like we've heard many times before. You're in a relationship, close relationship, maybe a marriage, whatever. It's not right. It's kind of ran its course. You're still hanging in there. You're coming up with a million excuses, whatever they may be. Um, you're not going to find the person for you unless you let something go.
Exactly. And it all comes down to the roles that we play to stay safe, feel
Mm,
loved, and accepted.
yep.
But what you don't know is those fears that are keeping you there, making you feel safe, is making you feel content for the moment. And content is a bad place to be. You always, always need to be on the edge of uncomfortable, because that's where life begins. That's where the opportunities are. That's where the experiences are. And that is where you get to say, I
Mm.
get to, and look what I did when you get older.
It's really an illusion. All these things we hold on to. It's a false sense of security. We think or we make it up in our minds. Well, this is it's not though. Like gotta be honest with yourself. Even if it's a job situation, we need to support ourselves. I get it. But it's not the right one for you. But sometimes you need to let it go.
Yeah.
Responsibly let it go if that be the
Right.
case.
And sometimes that means just limiting your time with that, especially if it's a family member, right?
Yeah.
Family's family. You may have to find a way to limit your time with that person. Just keep shortening it, and see what happens the more you shorten your time with that person. What happens in your life when you do that? You're going to find things going better, going smoother, and opportunities coming your way because you're showing that, okay, I'm listening, I'm hearing that this person's not supposed to be here. I'm working on doing that, because there's to go from having these people in your life to saying, no, you're done. Okay, we're human. That's not going to happen. You need to do it in steps and just shorten your with them. And then you're going to see magic happen over here because those doors are open and you have space for it. Otherwise, that person that is maybe negatively affecting you is filling you with so much negativity that you can't see the positive that's right in front of you.
I totally get it, and I'm honestly I'm doing that now. I'm reevaluating things, relationships, situations, and even somebody who I met 3 years ago. Um, yeah, four friends, and then introduced to our circle of friends respectively. But I viewed them as somebody that was moving forward, up and coming. They're aggressive. And then when I realized, no, they're not. They're going nowhere. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not me. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And they like, well, let's do this and let's do that. This is a great idea. And I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't align with my goals. Um, these are fun little things, but I'd like to generate income with it, and that's not aligning there either. Why am I going to dedicate time to that? Maybe you have the time. I don't want to do that. So I've just what you, I didn't eliminate. I made it what I want it to be in terms of the relationship, the boundary, put it all there, and it's all good. Nothing, not like I came out and said, you know what, we're friends, but we're going to be less friends. No,
Exactly. It doesn't work that way. You
no,
just
no.
gotta put your boundaries up and say, what am I gonna say no to? What doesn't align with my future self or what my future may look like?
Right.
Because if you don't start living it now, it's never gonna get to you.
And something is always going to be eating you up inside, and you're not going to know what it is. You're going to feel off. It's just
Yep.
not right. And then you're going to be miserable. Then you're going to be
Mhm.
negative. Then you're going to feel like a victim. And that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Nope.
Hmm. This is
Not
not
at all.
easy. This is, well, that's the caveat. None of
No.
this is easy. That's the
No.
challenge.
Life can be simple, but nobody said it was easy.
What's the starting point? Is it writing down what your true from your heart goals are, the direction, everything within you, your values, all of that? Just, do a little deeper dive in just documenting it in front of you, and then start looking at what's around you and how much of that really aligns with it.
That is definitely a way that you could do that. And by the only thing is, I'm immediately heard that not everybody can see that within themselves, right? They're so far gone because they've been being a chameleon for so long and have put up so many masks, they don't know what's what.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
So in that instance, what you want to do is you want to sit with yourself and say, okay, what is my perfect life look like? What values do I want in my life? Is it honesty? Is it being um, known for tech stuff, known for whatever it might be, right? Whatever you're really good at, and start writing those things down. And then ask the people that are closest to you, like your three people, and say, okay, when you think of me, what are the first three things you think of? Right. And you're going to see people do this on social too. They'll post a picture. I've done it. What are the first three things you think of when you think of me? And I've done it in a few different stages. And what I'm getting is completely different from what I started with because I want to see my growth. So another way to see your growth is by doing that. If you're on social a lot, I can't, tongue doesn't want to work today. Social at all, and you do that, like say you're starting your process now to find truly who you are. You post this and go put the three fingers up and just what are the first three things you think of when you think of me? And people are going to be all because people want to give their opinion about you all the time. So, especially when it's on social because they don't have to face you. So, they're putting all their words up. And so, put those down, the ones that you stand out to you, and you're like, yes, I want to be known for this. This is what I feel. Boom, 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 boom. And then you've got to say, okay, what is pick like two of the words and say, okay, what is one thing I can do today that's going to help me step further into that? And
Hmm.
every single day thereafter, what is one thing I can do today to step me further into this and be this person? It's a slow, steady process.
The superpower within you
Mhm.
is being able to direct us with a plan.
Yes.
We need direction.
Yes.
We live by GPS.
Yes, we do.
Everything has been made so easy. So when it comes to this stuff, I don't know what to do. You give clear direction.
Yes.
And I'm going to work on this. I just wrote it down. My perfect life. I'm not even kidding. That resonated with me. What is my perfect life? Am I living it? No, I'm not. There's things that, look at my vision board. That's that in my mind, perfect life. Maybe the universe doesn't agree, but that would be kind of in the territory of what it would be. Um, is anybody living a perfect life? Maybe not, but you want to get as
Oh,
close as possible as you can.
there's quite a few people out there who have fully gotten into who they are and living the best life they can. Perfect? No. Nobody's gonna be perfect.
You said it. Best life they can. There it
Exactly.
is. Yeah. I'm going to change that. The
Yes.
best life I can. Um,
Yeah, because if you shoot for perfect, you can end up derailing yourself with perfection. Don't do that.
100%. Yeah. It's all about the expectations. You have to set the right expectation. Um, you're on the road, but you're available. How do we find you?
My website is still up, so it's HeidiMeckley.com. It is going to be getting a revamp, but it's HeidiMeckley.com. You can also there's a contact page. You can reach out via email that way. And you can find me on all socials at Heidi Meckley on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, all the things. So reach out however is convenient for you. I do the card readings, I do trauma bond calls, and there's ways to work with me for 3 months, 6 months, or a year.
Love it.
So there's options.
By the way, when you look for her on social, look for the picture of.
Yeah. I'll have to post a new one now that I did that. I'm going to have to do it again. Okay, we did
That's
this on
great.
the thing today. So,
Yeah.
everybody do
Uh,
this.
and then tomorrow will be duck face. It's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for what you offer and what you do. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
I'll be texting you soon, and
Awesome.
we'll catch up soon. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
You
We'll
guys
be
have a
right
great
back.
one.
You too.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.